When we generally think about computers, we mostly envision desktops or laptops, which are electronic devices that utilize storage and data processing through electronic chips. The world's first electronic computer, that is ENIAC, was built in 1945, and since then, there have been unprecedented improvement in the data processing capacities of computer. However, even today, computers are considered much less capable compared to human brain. Imagine if an electronic computer could have the power similar to human brain. How would that be? Understanding this, work is underway in the direction of creating biological computers. If they are fully developed, these biological computers have the potential to completely transform our world. So, to learn more about biological computers, or we can say biocomputers, and how they could be a revolutionary technology, let's explore in this video. Without further ado, let's get started and find out what biocomputers are and how they work. Biological computers represent a new field for researchers, involving the use of biological molecules, cells, and organisms to perform computational functions. This concept is based on the idea that the biological systems can perform complex operations with minimal energy consumption, and these systems can be engineered to carry out specific tasks. In simple terms, biocomputers are computers made from living cells or molecules. These living components are engineered to perform specific computational tasks, such as processing data or performing calculations. The key advantage of biocomputers is that they are highly energy efficient, meaning they use very little energy for consumption. Unlike traditional electronic computers that rely on sequential processing, biological computers have the ability for parallel computing. This means they can perform multiple computations simultaneously, allowing for faster and more efficient processing. Biocomputers offers a wide range of applications, such as medical diagnosis and treatment, environmental monitoring, and data storage. For example, they can be used to detect pollutants in water or air, monitor vital signs of patients, and administrate drug therapies. However, these fields are still in their early stages, and addressing several challenges is necessary before becoming practical technology. Challenges include ensuring the control of biological systems, addressing security concerns related to using living organisms, and considering ethical implications. Speaking of the history, the idea of biological computing emerged as an experimental concept in late 1990s. In 1997, a team of researchers in Israel developed a DNA-based computer capable of solving a common mathematical problem. Since then, there have been significant progress in the field of biocomputing. Researchers have developed more sophisticated systems and explored new applications. Talking about its working technique, a biocomputer operates by using biological molecules or cells to perform computational tasks. There are various types of biocomputers, each with its own set of operations. However, they operate on some common principles. That includes, the first one is DNA computing. DNA computing utilizes the natural property of DNA molecule for computations. DNA strands are used to represent data, and DNA-based pairing rules are employed to perform logical operations. To create complex computing circuits, DNA strands are combined in various ways. The second one is protein computing. Protein computing utilizes the property of proteins to perform computational tasks. Proteins are designed in a way that they can bind to specific molecule or generate stimuli through certain chemical reactions. By controlling these interactions, researchers can create protein-based computing systems. The third one is cell-based computing. Cell-based computing uses living cells to perform computations. Cells can be engineered to perform specific functions such as detecting the presence of particular molecule or responding to the changes in their environment. These engineered cells can be integrated to create a computing system. Now let's move on its challenges. Once you program a single biological cell, billions of cells can be developed with only the cost of nutrient solution and lab takes time. It has been speculated that biocomputers could be more reliable than their electronic counterparts. For example, consider how our body remains alive even after billions of cells die. While a computer made of wires stops working if a single wire breaks. Additionally, each cell functions as its own mini factory. So once programmed, it can synthesize any biological chemical. The biggest example of this is the programmed cells that are programmed to fight cancer or deliver insulin in the bloodstream of diabetics. However, this field is still in their early stages. There is a need for address many challenges before it becomes practical technology. The first challenge is data integration and analysis. The quality of biological data generated by various technology is rapidly increasing, and there is a need for efficient tools and algorithms to analyze, store, and integrate this data. The second challenge is data quality and standardization. Due to heterogeneous nature of the data generated from various sources, ensuring the quality and standardization of biological data can be challenging. This can lead to errors in data analysis and interpretations. The third challenge is the prediction accuracy. Biocomputing models and algorithms are often complex, incorporating various assumptions. These assumptions can introduce error in the prediction accuracy, potentially reducing the reliability of the result. Fourth challenge is the validation of results. Biocomputing results require a validated experiment, which can be time-consuming and costly process. The fifth challenge is ethics and privacy. Biocomputing often involves the use of personal data, initiating the assurance that data usage is conducted ethically. The sixth challenge is interdisciplinary collaboration. Biocomputing requires collaboration among researchers from various fields such as biology, computer science, and statistics. This can pose a challenge due to difference in language, culture, and expertise. The seventh challenge is hardware limitations. Biocomputing requires high-performance computing resources, which can be expensive and may not be readily available for all researchers. The last and the eighth challenge is keeping up with advancement. Biocomputing is a rapidly evolving field, and researchers need to stay abreast of new development in technology and methodology to remain competitive. So, in summary, there are significant possibilities for revolutionary advancement in the field of biocomputing within the realm of biology. However, there are still many challenges that need to be fully understood. Now, let's understand how biocomputing is being utilized today. Biological computers as personal computers are not that impactful. However, many companies are currently working to advance in this latest field. One such company is Synthico, a Silicon Valley startup founded by two brothers who are software engineers and not biologists. They established this company in 2012 with the goal of making genome engineering accessible and affordable for researchers worldwide. The main product of Synthico is the CRISPR platform, which provides researchers with a range of tools and services for genome engineering. This platform includes synthetic single-guide RNA, CRISPR gene editing kits, and software tools for designing and customizing CRISPR experiments. The next venture is Microsoft's entry into biocomputing. In 2017, Microsoft made a significant move in the field of initiating healthcare next. The objective of this initiative was to expedite the development of the new healthcare technology by uniting Microsoft experts in artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and other technologies with stakeholders in the healthcare industry. Some of their products and services include Microsoft Genomics, Microsoft Healthcare Bot, Microsoft Inner Eye, Project Hanover, and Azure for Research. These initiatives demonstrate Microsoft's dedication to utilize advancement technology to foster innovation in the healthcare sector. Using CRISPR, scientists are able to transform a cell into a biocomputer. It was programmed to perform computations based on specific genetic codes, leading to the production of the particular protein. These research cells could potentially become powerful computers capable of detecting diseases and even treating them. In the future, these cells could be programmed to scan for biomarkers indicating the presence of any disease in our body. If all criteria are met, these cells could be the ones producing proteins on a large scale to aid in disease treatment. With billions of cells in microtissue, each having its own dual-core processor, the computing power demonstrated is comparable to today's digital supercomputers. So far, biocomputing has focused on DNA-based systems, as at this point genetic engineering is considered sufficient to make progress, even if all its secrets are not yet known to us. After developing biocomputers for DNA-based systems in the future, there is a hope that it will be applied in neurochemistry. In this video, we have attempted to provide you with some information that is related to biocomputing, and we hope that you have enjoyed this video. Please feel free to share your suggestions in the comment box. Additionally, if there are other topics you would like to know more about, you can also write them in the comment box. Thank you for watching. Till then, keep exploring and stay curious.